But I guess with regard to Pulsechain and PulseX, do you have a way that you are approaching the launch, or a way that you are telling people not to approach the launch, like what to do, what not to do? Any pointers?
Oh yeah. Well, it's a good point. Yeah, it's about being rich and staying rich, right? Not just blowing it all. So
yeah.
Pulsechain strategy early on, if you don't already have it, there's one of two things you could really do. What I really would like people to do, and I can't control what you do, it's totally up to you. I'm just a guy on YouTube.
Do your own research.
Yeah, I'm just a guy, but I would not if you can't understand ratio trading in the first 48 hours and you don't understand how to calculate, the relative prices of things using 0.0001 as a reference price for PulseX and Pulsechain, and using the price of Hex pre-fork as a reference price for Hex, that's what I would use to calculate a good deal on the pre-bridge swapping strategy. But if that doesn't make sense to you, I would just go ahead and buy the dip, save up dollars, US dollars, to scale in and buy the dip a month or two after launch, because I am 90% sure that there's going to be a dip after launch, as there is with every new coin, because regardless of what coin you're in, short-term thinkers are going to take profit in the early days. It happened with Hex, happened with Ethereum. You can look at any new coin launch that had some kind of ICO or distribution phase where people got in early and just wanted to get out. There's always a dip. There's always a dip in the first 30 to maybe 90 days. So be calm, be patient, wait 30 to 90 days, and then dollar cost average after you see the price dip on Pulsechain and PulseX, because guess what, guys? Pulsechain isn't going to launch and then just go straight up and to the right forever.
What?
I hate to break it. I know. No. I know. Sorry, Furu Finance. I'm sorry. But no, I think a lot of people might need to hear that too, because you don't want to have these wild expectations. You have to realize that every coin behaves the same way to a degree. Now, we're lucky that Pulsechain isn't full of venture capitalists, which are essentially perma-dumpers. It's just community members and retail. So it's going to wash out all the weak-handed retail. It might be 10 or 20% of whoever got in the Pulsechain sacrifice that just wants to get out. Let them get out and then buy the dip. That's the safe strategy. But if you're going to do ratio trading, I really think that limit order button is your friend. I think you're going to want to hit that limit order button, and you're going to want to set a really nice and safe and low limit order. For example, 1 hex per 2,000 pulse. Just rough. You're going to have to recalculate by the time Pulsechain comes out. You're going to have to look at the price of Hex at that time, and you're going to have to look at again the reference price of Pulsechain and PulseX, which again is 0.0001 US dollars. And I'm calculating that because there were 10,000 sacrifice points given for every $1. So 1 divided by 10,000 is 0.0001. And then set a really safe limit order, because some noob, you might be lucky enough that some noob will fat finger it or have no idea what he's doing and market dump and giant wick into your limit order. And you might be lucky enough to scoop up some really, really low priced Pulsechain using your copied Hex token. That might be the strategy if you do it safely. But if you can't do it safely, please, please, please don't lose all your money.
Yeah. And I guess one question, and then I have a closeout question. And obviously, I really appreciate you being so generous with your time. And guys, please follow at Crypto Coffee 369 on Twitter if you haven't, and subscribe to Crypto Coffee, the biggest YouTube channel, the biggest exclusive Hex Richard Hart ecosystem YouTube channel. Excellent content. And then you're going to go to hexpassiveincome.com, hexpassiveincome.com, your one-stop shop for all things all the tools that you need as a beginner to really dive in. I think you don't want to spend a lot of time sifting through all these 4-hour live streams, and I don't think you want to spend a lot of time making mistakes and screwing up. I've lost thousands of dollars in a matter of clicks.
Yep.
Money's gone. I think
the course could save you months of time and thousands of dollars in mistakes.
Yeah. And it supports us. It supports Crypto Coffee, and Crypto Coffee supports me, because a lot of the stuff that I say because of Crypto Coffee. So please go consider that, especially if you're a beginner. And my question is, do you think can you see Pulse or PulseX going below sacrifice after launch?
I think it's more likely for PulseX, just because it was a larger and longer sacrifice.
Yeah.
But look, it depends on the bonuses too. Some people got in at these bonus prices, which makes the price even lower than 0.0001. So some people got in at prices like 0.00005. You know, that's pretty damn good. Now, I don't know if the price is ever going to touch that low, but I could see a temporary dip below sacrifice prices for PulseX more so. And then maybe it's possible with Pulsechain, but look, we might not. We might not. When I say a dip, I'm talking about a dip from the very first sale price, the very first ticker on the chart, not necessarily a dip from the sacrifice price, which is going to be much lower.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I just DCA. I don't really, because like there's sometimes where it runs up and like you're waiting for that correction, and that correction could be way, way higher, or like it's just.
And then maybe you buy at that high because you're waiting for the correction and it's not happening, and then you buy, and then it dips right back down to where you wanted the whole time. You know, the market has a funny way of washing the maximum number of people out.
True. And we see that playing out in real time.